What's up, everybody? City Skylines. Brandon Gordon Gab, GabGames.com. It's my little at-home garden. Uh, Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, I use City Skylines as my at-home garden. Plant, watch it grow. I remove some stuff, try to regrow on the fly. See what happens. There's a couple things I do with my cities. One, each neighborhood is capped with a park. Two, all my schools for a neighborhood are usually lined up in the same spot. Elementary schools, high schools, and colleges. It just makes sense to me. All schools should be in the same place. I understand the concerns of fucking. Like, do you really want high school students around college students? Kind of. The reason being, where's a good spot to show it? Like, those are my hospitals. Things. Over here is no, that's not where I started. Over here is where I started. Like here. Why? Because school should never seem, the next step shouldn't seem so far. It's a lot of students. Oh, all right, up, down, left, right. It's a lot of students who graduate high school that don't go to college. Why? Because college seems like it's such a big step. We don't see enough universities. We don't see enough community colleges within our communities to be like, it's right there. I actually built a community university, a community college university type of thing. And I think it's a great concept for one. We got trains, we got buses, we got all that good stuff. That's cemeteries. Here's our trash. What do our trash look like? Time to empty. Let's check our trash. See what's going on. We'll empty that one. That's our incinerators. Uh, Trash. Cemetery. Trash. Empty it out just to. Cemetery. Where's our trash on this side? We don't got a trash on this side? We gotta have trash on this side. Oh, we're already empty. Empty. We got trash on this side? Gotta find a plot to build a trash. Ah, it's right here. Uh, the reason I have multiple landfills in an area is to reduce pollution. Um, when a landfill gets to about 4%, I empty it out. Shut down the incinerators. And the process in my mind is this was the last one. We empty it out, everything goes into the incinerator. We open up a new landfill. While this landfill is empty, we test the soil and all of that stuff to see if it's still maintainable to grow things. If not, why and what is causing the soil harm? So we stop selling those products. Turning off the incinerators reduces air pollution. All right. Now let's go to deleting buildings that needs to be taken out. Weeding out our garden. Keep it pretty, at least maintain. This is supposed to be like factory area. That's why industry is industrial. Every area has an industrial area. Factories. Then over here is our farm area. Might buy over there to add a little bit more. So, transportation, we have trains, a nice rail system, but most of it's underground. Different lines that connect multiple neighborhoods and people. Uh, Hydropower right now is our source of energy. So most neighborhoods have their own park district. Stuff like that. What we're going to do is we're going to save that to I'm trying. Let's see. What's sexy land? I might try to do a few scenarios. I don't think I can, though. I think this was the first one I started working on trains with. Pollution, where do our waste go is the biggest thing for me. Where do our wastes go? Everybody poops, but where does it go? No one can tell me. I don't really like it. Everybody poops. Nobody can tell me where our dookie go. Wish I had better ways of actually cleaning water. Intake is over here. Out is over there. But if all poop rolls downhill, all water is dirty. That's why people prefer distilled water, because it goes through a purification process, which is basically creating rain clouds in a container for it to rain fresh water. In a controlled environment. Steam water, and then you collect it somewhere else. Boil the water here, let the steam go up through tubes, and then it formulates into water droplets over here. That's how you distill water. Farmland over here. The lady, those guys, mayor. I have a character called the lady. She represents Scab Games, simulation world. I got a storyline going for her, and eventually she becomes mayor. This is that city. Why aren't you guys getting enough water? Is it not enough being available? It is, and you guys definitely have enough. Collecting waste here. Just trying to figure out what to do with it. Like I said, my biggest thing is, where does our poop go? Right? Because even after that's collected as waste, runoff waste, where does it go? I learned a few things that just make sense. Uh, what is going on here? For example, I never trust a politician that says they're going to balance the budget. The budget will never be balanced. We will never, ever, 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 ever bring in more than we spend. Ever, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever, ever. Ever. It's unheard of. Here's why. Education, public schools, public libraries, uh, our emergency services, fire departments, police departments, our ambulance stuff, even our medical, for the most part, they don't bring in return. I know they try to subset it with insurance and stuff, but in all reality, everybody gets sick. Everybody, it's a, if you ask me, it's a God-given right to be able to get medication when you get sick. Our road services, our garbage services, our water maintenance, all of these things don't bring in money, but we have to pay people to do them. They don't have a return. That's when I say they don't have a return. The money we put in will never be returned. So when we have so many things that don't bring in money, how can we ever have a spending to income balance? We can't. We just can't. So any politician that say you're gonna balance the budget, talking a bunch of bullshit. Because that means that everything we put money into should bring in money. Everything we put money into can't bring in money. From when we first break ground to build, whether it be a road, whether it be a bridge, whether it be to dig up the ground to lay pipes, there is no money to be made from that. Know how much it costs to keep these roads going? A lot. Know how much it costs to build a rail track? A lot. Never make money off of it. You could try to capitalize off of it, but again, that's just to be like, it's not a waste. But as long as people can get to and from work, it don't matter. That's why I tell people sometimes, not that you don't need money, but money isn't real. Nobody really wants to hear me when I say that. I want you to listen to me. Money is not real. It's a means to productivity. What do I mean by that? If you didn't have to pay rent, if you didn't have to pay for food, and you didn't have to pay for clothing, would you work? If everything was free, would you work? People would be like, no. No, you don't want to work. Give me something good. Where? That gotta go. because nobody wants to. There's nobody to do it. That gotta go because there's nobody to do it. Farmland. Farm just got destroyed because nobody wants to do it. That's why we pay people, and that's why we have a monetary system. Just so that everybody can do their part. That's why we have general education. That's why religion is important. General education makes sure that it should. This is why I think we should change our school systems. General education ensures that, or should, that the average person can read and write, right? At the least, and speak the language of the people. I also believe that general education, starting from elementary school, should include how to lay concrete, how to cure metals, how to build. That's why they give kids building blocks. Here, build something. It goes from building one tall tower that's going to fall over to learning how to build a base, a strong base, so that it don't fall over. But, in my opinion, the average functioning member of society should be able to be like, look, we got a pothole on our street. You know, if we buy the materials, we could just fill it in and fix it. Instead of saying, there's a lot of, I don't know how to do that. Doomed is the first one I ever did. Instead of saying, I don't know how to do that, let somebody else do it. Doomed. All the pollution. This was our landfill site before I actually learned how to maintain landfills properly. I could clear up this whole area of pollution, to be honest. Then next to be trying to figure out how to clean this up. It'll get worse before it get better. Can empty all of these out, start removing them, and we could lower it. That's our general dumping site for the whole area. This, I don't know how to fix yet. Could get rid of some of the water treatment centers, but that's why I put more water treatment centers to try to clean it up. That's doomed. Not so doomed. Still doomed, but not so doomed. Like, how much better did he get? Population a bit reduced, but so was pollution. I learned to maintain my garbage system better. Definitely got less water pollution. Slightly less than cities or areas. Things like that. I don't think we have a real working transportation system. We got a few. We got subways. We don't have any bus systems, but we got subways. Then we moved up. There's a few I probably deleted, but I'm trying. It's not as dense, but I don't have as much areas open neither as doing. Just so we don't overbuild in one spot, one side at a time. When I say overbuild, I don't want super big buildings or super big residential homes. Like that. It's when you don't do it strip by strip. I'd rather let them do a monopoly down the line. Like, you know what? I could get more. I could buy more land. Buy up the place next to me. This is kind of our rich area. Rich nigga shit. Every area or every community has an industrial area. Why? Because factories provide jobs. Figuring out what to make in the factories or what we should do is one thing. But they should be there. That's why the automotive industry is so big. Says cars, everybody needs to get around. So it's like that's easy to do enough, easy enough. But what factories should we really have? No. So been having a discussion with this guy, going back and forth with me about money. Not money, video game. He's like, Black Ops 6 suck. Or whatever. The new Black Ops. Call of Duty hasn't been good since. I don't disagree with him. But I'm like, hey buddy, they still make 80 million a week, in a week, every year. No matter how good or bad you say it is, they still make 80 million in a week. Like, but their games haven't been good, blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't matter. First week, Call of Duty drops. They sell 1 million copies at $80 a piece. Every year. They drop Call of Duty every fucking year. Fuck what you talking about. They be making that money. But they haven't had a good... Miss me with that bullshit, sir. $80 million every fucking year. Save the drama for your mama. Because it don't change that they make 80 million in a week every year at the very least. Don't change that shit, sir. But say but again. Say but one more motherfucking time, sir. A million copies at $80. 80 fucking million dollars. A fucking year. Miss me with the bullshit, please. We're gonna say that's gross income before taxes. 80 million fucking dollars. You miss me with all that bullshit. $80 million motherfucking dollars. Women lie, men lie, numbers fucking don't. So shut the fuck up. Want to argue with me, but they haven't been good. There's 3 game franchises for sure that make that type of money every year. Call of Duty, NBA 2K, and Madden. In the first week. And ain't none of them did nothing different. It's like people that hate live action remakes. They're doing another live action remake. Fuck that shit. Live action remake makes 10 million at the box office. I'm just to give a number. And everybody, that shit sucks. Still just made $10 million. Shut the fuck up. Formula can't be too fucking bad. While you sitting here, blah, 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 they made $80 fucking million. No matter how much you say it sucked, you had to buy it to play it, to say it sucks. If not, you're just talking out your ass. You're just talking out your ass. $80 million. in a fucking week. Like shit, a week? We made that pre-sales, motherfucker. Put some respect on our name. $80 million motherfucking dollars before they even dropped the suck ass game. Before you can say this game sucks, they made 80 million motherfucking dollars. And then sat back and laughed and dried their tears with their money as you say it sucks. Don't worry, I got this 80 million easy to comfort me. I haven't bought 2K, NBA 2K since 2K20. I haven't paid full price for 2K. Like, they had to give me 2K. I bought 2K20 at $5. That was the week it came out. My friend was like, fuck this game. I was like, man, I just said I wasn't going to buy any more 2Ks at 2K19. Like, man, I'll sell you this shit right now for $5. Ah, fine. I can't beat that deal. I'm a sucker for a deal. Give me that. That was the last time I bought 2K. For $5. Ever since then, they've been giving it to me for free. It don't change the facts. Whether you say it's good, whether you say it's bad, still made 80 million just for you to voice your opinion. High five, everybody. We've been doing great. We're lucky. So we go to 7. Lucky number 7. Actually, we need all hands on deck. Got to put it up to 12. My tax rate fluctuates. 12 is the highest. Why? We need to buy a new area. We'll let that run through a day and night cycle. Then we'll drop it back down to 5. High 5. All this costs money. Get people to dig up the ground, lay the pipes. Ain't nobody lived here yet. How we gonna make money? Like, roll out the military. We still got to pay people in the military. Use prisoners. Well, that's called a slave system. And even then, you have to feed them. You have to house them. It costs money. Money. Ah, that's why. I was wondering, like, what the fuck is the issue? Let's see. It's the subway. Nah, damn it. God damn it, Bobby. Let's see, before I get too far, we will need emergency services. To the wind. We will need healthcare and education. Uh, use this one. That reminds me, I gotta check the rest of the trash. While I'm busy working. See, I should have turned off these incinerators a minute ago. Should have turned these off a while ago. Gotta have jobs. I think that's a good central industrial location. And then a nice medium street. Check out here.